We've learned that President Trump has filed suits in Michigan and Pennsylvania, laying the groundwork for contesting the outcome of the undecided battleground states so far. So what's next? Depending on how the rest of the vote counting goes, we could be in for a long week here. And to break it down, some of the possibilities for us is investigative reporter Brendan Kirby. And Brendan, take us through it all.
Well, Shelby, first thing to say is that President Donald Trump is trailing at this point. Joe Biden has won Wisconsin, and now you said Michigan as well. And that means that if the president can't win those two states, he won't be elected, even if he pulls out victories in other close states like Florida and North Carolina and Georgia. Now, there are a number of recount scenarios. Remember those hanging chads from the 2000 election? That was during the Florida recount. There probably won't be chads this time, but we could see recounts. And let's take a look at some of the possible scenarios. Wisconsin. State law there doesn't provide for an automatic recount, but the losing campaign can request one if the margin is within 1 percentage point. That's where the race is now, with Trump trailing Democrat Joe Biden. The Trump campaign would have to pay unless the margin is greater than 1/4 of a point. That would come to about $3 million. The Trump campaign already has said that it plans to do this. Pennsylvania. State law here mandates an automatic recount if the margin is within 1/2 percentage point. As of now, President Trump leads this state, but the late reporting mail votes have been narrowing that with each report. If President Trump loses and the margin is greater than 1/2 percentage point, he could request a recount, but his campaign would have to pay for it. Michigan. State law here provides for an automatic recount only if the margin is extremely tight, 2,000 votes or less. The losing campaign can request a recount, but the law requires that the campaign provide evidence of fraud or error. And then finally, Georgia. For now, President Trump maintains a small lead, but that's narrowing with each batch of new returns from the mail ballots. Should he fall behind, Georgia has no automatic recount law. President Trump could request one if the margin is within 1/2 percentage point. The one thing to keep in mind, recounts rarely overturn the results of elections. Even in a very close race, the margin is still usually tens of thousands of votes, and that's an awful lot when it comes to modern vote counting machines. Reporting live for Fox 10 News, this is Brendan Kirby.